Speaking of children, Lila Hart is here.
Hello.
I don't know where the fuck my megaphone is. We have the
no.
OG megaphone gang. I don't know where I misplaced my megaphone. I think it's God, I really have no clue. I leave it right here on my desk and it's not here.
I brought it to me to the park the other day, actually.
Oh, yeah, the park where nothing at all interesting happened.
Oh, yes, that was quite interesting. It was
It
very interesting.
was a very interesting day. Keanu probably had the best week because she met her hero, Dylan, and my
Mulvaney.
hero, Dylan Mulvaney.
And you know
Holy
what? She said
cow.
she liked my megaphone.
Oh, I love that.
She did. She was so sweet. And
Wow.
I know it when I posted that, everybody was like, "That's a he! How dare you!"
People
Or
got
whatever.
very upset, and I'm like, have you not been following? Have you not been following along?
Right. If you
What the
don't know
fuck?
anything, people call me Dylan Mulvaney every day. And it was so funny because I sat down. So I'm like, I have my megaphone. And I guess it was the first day of Pride. I'm like, there's a lot of gay people in the park today. I was the only woman other than Dylan there. And there was all these men in Speedos everywhere. And because I was going to be my gay best friend. And then we were just tanning. I'm going, Elliot, where are you? Happy Pride, everyone. Happy Pride. Love your Speedo.
I was gonna say, how did you know they were all gay? But then you said
Couldn't look
Speedo.
at the man right directly above my shoulder, who I keep saying is Gino. It's not.
That's
But,
not Gino. I thought that was Gino. I really thought that was him. And I was like, I zoomed up on that too. And I was like,
No.
why is he tanning with his ass cheeks? I was like, that's interesting.
I
If
thought
you
it was
look
Mikey
to the-
Harlow. I was like, isn't he in Florida?
If you look to the right and to the left, I have more pictures. I guess I'll show you. I was gonna put it on Keanu.
I thought that was you, Gino. I thought you were comfortable. You just wanted to tan your ass cheeks. I was like, wow, what a brave
Yeah.
man.
Is this where I say thank you? Look at that. First of all,
building
I've
his
never
hand
been that
before the
pale.
wedding.
I've never been that unshaven. Look at that.
I
That
think
guy's never shaved his back or waxed it in his life.
I
he
think
hasn't
that's
had
the
to.
image of you.
But thank you.
I
guess,
believed
by the way.
it. I really thought it was you.
Like that wasn't Gino. I'm like, are you? I love
Oh,
you,
look
girl.
at back here. There's so many specimens on display.
Yeah, I'll send you. So everyone was in a Speedo. They were singing Wicked. I was walking around with my megaphone. I was like, "You're never gonna bring me down." Like they're all singing musicals, do all this shit.
Oh, that's
Then-
where I draw the line at gay culture is the fucking show tunes.
It
even
was
when
horrifying.
when I had
And,
a monthly at Stonewall, I was like, stop with the musicals. I can't.
it wasn't horrifying because they were gay. It was horrifying because it was embarrassing that they were singing musicals. But my friend Elliot goes, "Do you know Dylan Mulvaney?" And I went, "Yeah." He's like,
I know her?
she's just this trans influencer. I was like, "Do I know her?" Pfft, please. He's like, she's right behind us. I'm like, you've got to be
Wow.
fucking kidding me. So then I'm taking selfies. And she's like just sitting there in a little tent. I'll send you a picture, maybe. I'll show it on Keanu's
Was
cat.
Dylan getting mobbed? Were lots of other people recognizing?
No, she was in a
Him,
tiny
them,
blue
she, her?
tent. Here, I'll send you this picture. I think I was
Not-
the only one that noticed. And she
People
had
don't really
pieces
bring
off.
tents. This is Central Park, right?
I'll show you what kind of a tent. It was a very small tent.
You
I'm
noticed
gonna
what
email it
tent
to
she
you.
had, which makes you very attentive.
She was very, very attentive. It was like a little teeny tiny tent, and it wasn't to like hide her fame. It was to hide her from the sun.
Her cock. Oh. To hide her Adam's apple, of course.
Exactly. Where are you?
Oh, wow. You know, it's probably tough. I see like in the back there in a salmon top, a kind of a fat dude. It's probably really tough to be like a fat dude at Pride because the pressure is on to
Right.
just be in your most like fuckable form. And
It's
if you're
true.
not, you're gonna get left behind.
You may, exactly. These are my, oh yeah, here. I'll send this to you. My friend and his boyfriend were doing Flying Angel, and I thought that was the perfect way to get a snapshot of Dylan before I asked her for a photo.
How did you approach Dylan? Did you just was she like he? I'm so used to saying but whatever.
No, so I just
Pride
went.
Month.
I just sent you. I just twittered a picture to you. You can see her right behind us in this tent, and she just sat down there. She was just enjoying her day with her 2 dogs and some other lady. And then
Aw.
yeah, and then so when they were getting up to leave, I saw them disassemble their tent like real men. I'm just kidding.
What
And
is
then
this picture you sent me? I don't.
if
Oh,
you
the
look in the
tent.
background of the
Let's see.
picture, Dylan's inside the tent.
Okay, let's show this.
So
Wow,
they
this
were
was
doing like a
very
yoga
slick.
move. So I took a picture of them to get a picture of Dylan.
A yoga
See?
move, Keanu?
Yeah.
This is a yoga move?
Yeah, where
Okay.
you put your feet up and somebody lays on your feet. It was a distraction so I could get
This
Dylan
is-
right there. She's the blonde in the tent.
Oops. Okay.
There she is.
Okay, with the dog.
Aw.
Oh,
Sweet.
wow. You're like a real paparazzi here.
Yeah, well, and then because I was taking selfies and with her behind, and we do sort of look exactly like them. I'll show them on my show. But so then when they were getting up to leave, I said, I have to ask her for a picture. I just have. My friend Ellie's like, don't you dare. Don't you dare. I said, Dylan. She was like, hi. I said, I'm a huge fan. Could I take a selfie with you? She was like, yes, of course.
Wow.
She smelled so good. And she was
I
like,
was
I
going
love
to
your
ask you how
microphone."
she smelled. Ugh.
I
That's
mean,
always-
honestly, like you say, Lila, Kim Kardashian smells good. She smelled great. She was very sweet.
Thanks, Mom.
If you're famous and you don't smell good at all times, that's the least you can do is you can afford to go through some perfume.
Yeah. And then we
Wow.
I
put
love
her-
that she was so nice to you.
She was really nice. And then I posted it as if you don't get the joke of why I posted that on Twitter,
Then you're not paying attention.
you're insane. Right. I didn't want to say, hey, people tell me I look like you all the time, Dylan. I
Yes,
didn't want to
it was
offend her, but people
completely
tell
a
me I look like her
manifestation.
all the time.
Did you say
I
that?
No.
Ah,
I didn't. I almost did, but my friends were like, "You do not go up to her.
that would
How
have been
dare
such
you?"
a compliment because you
I
are
wish
an
you-
actual woman.
I wish you would have gotten a video with her and said, "Look, we're twins."
I did almost think about.
what
I didn't want
Lila
to go
would've
too
done.
far. I did think about messaging
She
her on
would have
Instagram.
loved it. Are you kidding me? She
Yeah.
would have loved it. I'm telling you, she would have
Sweet.
loved it. And I love these moments when you actually meet the person you meet them in person. You're like, oh, look, we would be friends. So
I know. Right. She was sweet. And I'm sorry. She was the second. Well, there was one lady behind her there, but we were the only three in the gay park that day. So, and she does look like a lady. She really does.
Pearl earrings and a tank top. That's all it takes.
She's extremely like model-esque. You wouldn't know it look at her. She's sitting there. She looks like a very thin, broad-shouldered Marilyn Monroe.
Yeah.
was she? Did
had
you
a
guys
lot of work
talk about
done.
anything else? Did you invite her on a Keanu cast?
No, I didn't
Yeah.
want to accost her. I just wanted her to. And then she let us pet her dogs. So that was enough for me. I couldn't. My friends were annoyed enough that I even went up to her, but then they were all about it. I'm like, okay. So
Wow, good for you. It's easy to get starstruck, like a little bit of fright, Plus, Keanu, you never want to bother anybody.
I literally, do you know how much it took for me to do that, to even go up to her? I never get starstruck either. I was literally starstruck. Also, Gino talks about the universe provides. In what world would Dylan Mulvaney be sitting behind me at Central Park on the first day of Gay Pride?
Wow.
Oh my god!
It's like seeing a leprechaun on St. Patrick's Day.
I know.
What?
True. I might believe in God now, for Christ's sake. Like, I dabbled, but something dropped Dylan right behind me on that very day. I don't know.
Yeah. What kind of dog did Dylan have?
Oh, so the one was a service dog. It was the lady that she was with. And I don't know what that is, some sort of mix. And then another tiny little, maybe
Was
like a
the dog
chihuahua.
like walking with a limp, holding its butthole, looking upset?
Not that I noticed. Or I would have reported it.
What kind of service is this dog providing? I might ask.
She was so sweet. Oh God.
Okay,
But,
that's cool. Wow, celeb sightings.